Hi, I'm Euge Valovirta, and this is the first episode of a series that I'm going to continue doing. It's called In the Style of. So I'm gonna go through different guitar players, style and sound, and some licks and stuff. And the first guitar player that I'm gonna present is a one and only Nuno Bettencourt. So there was a couple of awesome Nuno Bettencourt riffs and licks. Those were from the Extremes Pornography album, and amazing album, amazing guitar playing. It's many people may don't know or notice, but that album has influenced my playing a lot. The way Nuno uses pentatonics and blues scale and chromatic passing tones, and the way he uses the pentatonic in a like a little bit unconventional way by using a lot of those passing tones and string skipping and palm muting and all that kind of stuff. So those riffs were from the first song. I forgot the name, but well, I will put it in the. Let me actually see what was the song. Okay, I had a black moment. I couldn't remember the names of the songs. So the first riff was from a He-Man Woman Hater, The second one from Decadence Dance, and the third one was from Porno Get the Funk Out. Yeah, and the lastly, I think that was from some of his solos. I think from 3 Sides to Every Story. But anyway, I thought that it's a cool way to present people to different guitar players who've influenced me, and discuss a little bit about their style and the sound and the gear they've used, at least how I see the way they play, and based on the internet what gear they use and some old interviews. So I mean, according to the Old Guitar One magazine, where there's a great Nuno Bettencourt interview and a lesson, he shows some of his licks and analyzes his style, which I basically I will show you a couple of licks here, and so he says that on the first Extreme album he was using a Marshall JZ 800 boosted with a Rat. Well, I have a 800 here. I don't have a Rat. I have a Bass Super Overdrive. And the funny thing is that on my solo album I used a Friedman plugin of the BE head and the cabinet, and I boosted it with a Rat. Usually I use Super Overdrive, but for some reason the Rat just seemed to work, so all the levels were down and the gain was down and levels were up. So because the BE is kind of like hot-rodded, Marshall Plexi JSM 800. So I was pretty cool because I mean, I have a bunch of old magazines, and I just sometimes, let's take that. Oh, it's a cool Nuno interview, and actually kind of uses the same gear than me. But then on the Pornography album, and I think on 3 Sides to Every Story, he used an ADA preamp, and I'm not sure if he boosted that with a Rat. But I really always loved Nuno's tone, kind of like especially on the 3 Sides to Every Story, it's really dry, and you can hear all the notes and little scrapes and stuff. So that's what I always liked. This guitar is kind of my take on Nuno's guitar. I mean, he uses the Bill Lawrence bridge pickup. This is 81X, what I have now, so kind of high output, lots of treble, so kind of in the same ballpark. But yeah, so let me go through the riffs, what I played, and as you can hear, there's a lot of these kind of bluesy elements like and those palm muted hammer-ons and pull-offs. So that riff's kind of legendary riff, and I guess there's quite a lot of videos and tablatures where people play that. I'm not sure if I played right, but to me it sounds like, he's just kind of like palm muted, and then really awesome. And then the same idea as these bluesy kind of things. I'm gonna go into theory that much. So, but and then on the second riff, the Decadence Dance, it's also these kind of same things. So. So the song is in A, so A pentatonic will go like the first box, and then the major pentatonic, this was a minor major, would go and the Nuno uses you know, the notes from a minor and major. That's the major. That's from the blues scale, which goes. So there's a minor, major, and blues scale combined, which that's what I do all the time. I combine those. That's the sound I just love. So and the palm mutes, and then again the same minor, major, blues scale happens in the get the funk out chorus. Awesome stuff. So that's what his riffs are kind of like, you know, blues played with steroids and funky feel, percussive touch. And well, yeah, this guitar is in E flat, where the Pornography, the album, was played. And then he uses a lot of those kind of hammer-ons from nowhere that he doesn't pick, but he just hits the note, and with the palm muting, it's kind of like this kind of. So I'm picking just this. Play with that, it sounds kind of cool, and this idea is like. So this is kind of again like major, minor, blues scale. So I'm starting on an upstroke. You can see my right hand how little I pick. Doesn't sound so good when played slowly, but it's really cool, those open string stuff and stuff, and I do that too, because it's like the sound. I mean, not that much of the. I pick more, but I really love the way Nuno uses open strings and palm mutes and hammer-ons, pull-ups from nowhere and stuff. And then let me go through what he. Yeah, and another example of the palm muted stuff. Let's say this kind of riff, and he uses those like these scales that are not necessarily scales, but the shapes, or what is called shape-based scales. So let's say we're in D. So basically this pattern. I do that too. That's I actually got it from Van Halen. So you start on a note, and then you do like this pattern thing where you keep the shape and forget the scale, and then you just end up on the right note. So and then what he uses, what Eddie does too. So he picks. And with the palm muting, it sounds pretty cool. Right. Just those shapes, and when you palm mute them, it's played fast. It sounds good, but slowly it doesn't sound that good. And then yeah, again the blues chromatic things I told you, sometimes he picks a lot like this kind of we're in G, so sounds really cool when you palm mute those, and basically like chromatic tones. Cool. And then another thing that Nuno uses is string skipping. So there's this, well, I don't know, I think it's Peacemaker. No, I don't remember from what song this solo is now, but it's really cool string skipping, also an exercise, and sounds really cool. So it's basically like I'm gonna cheat a little bit. So D, C, B flat, and A chords. So what he does is like. Play that fast and with palm muting. Whoops. It's really cool, and I have a track called "Don't Take It Too Hard" on my solo album. Easy Does It. Easy. Does it. Which I got the idea of that main lick of the song from this, you know. So I use like it goes like this. Fast, it's with a little bit of palm muting. So and then yeah, the Pentatonics I mentioned, he likes to mix things. So let's say standard pentatonic lick like this. In the key of E minor. Nuno might just an example from the lesson, how he would go probably will be like. So using the blue notes, the major pentatonic note, again from the blues scale. And the flat fifth from blues scale. So whatever it is, that's another cool. And then this is kind of like I stole from him. I use this a lot. One of my vocabulary. This kind of like. So there's major, minor, pentatonics, and blues scale. So it's like something like this. and these kind of what I use. So like this string skipping. Or sometimes I pick. So, you know, Nuno style. And then, oh yeah, another example of mixing, how he mixes major, minor pentatonics and blues scale would be something like so again, major, major, minor, minor, major. And another same kind of, you know, again mixes. It's really cool. And then a string skipping, let's just use a standard E pentatonic first box. So I'm skipping one string. I can with a little bit of palm muting, it sounds cool. And you can do that on the fourth box. Oh. Like that. So and again what I another example is like this, again combining the three scales that I've been showing you. So slowly, something like this. I love the sound of that. Okay, yeah, that was the string skipping, the blues, major, minor. Then that one he uses a lot is these arpeggios, which he mixes. Where what I kind of did on Cyrus' first album on the Black Wings, I think, where I play this like kind of like following the chord progression. So Nuno sometimes plays some bluesy and stuff, and then he goes into the arpeggios. And cool thing, so like let's do like this. So instead of sweep picking, like E minor arpeggio, Nuno usually uses string skipping, and that's what I sometimes do too. So. I like the sound of that string skipping where you pick things more. So this could be something Nuno could do. It's kind of classical stuff. And then major, like add two arpeggios. So like let's say we're in C. And then move up to D. tapping, and you know that's so it was really cool. It's like the end of Get the Funk Out solo, if I remember correct, is something like this. So it's like, sorry? Like that, and sometimes he uses again same lick, but with the like hammer-ons from nowhere. So it's like. So. Like that. So yeah, that's kind of at least how I see and understand Nuno's approach and technique. I mean, he's a fantastic. The rhythm, you know, the playing just grooves, and he kind of does like, you know what, like Van Halen. So it's just not like just rhythm playing, but he uses, you know, these. It's like all these nice fills and licks in there, or they're part of the riffs, and you don't hear that kind of playing anymore. But luckily, we still have the good old albums that, because I think. I mean, there's a lot of people that plays guitar, and they're great songwriters and they play, but there's having a guitar doesn't necessarily mean that you are a guitar player. Like I have it tattooed here. It says in Latin that not everyone who has a guitar is a guitarist. And I think what the guitarist essentially is that you, well, like for example, Nuno, it's just not like, it's like, you know, this, you know, pound the stuff out and there's scrapes and stuff and all kinds of things happening, but you really feel that, you know, the guitar is alive and it rings, and it's, I think guitars like when good guitar players play them. But and again, there's, I admire also, you know, songwriters and stuff who, and there's not always a room for that kind of guitar playing. I mean, I don't do that like many times. Because, you know, that the song is the most important and you always have to play for the song. But when I play home alone, just enjoying myself, this is the stuff I like to play and like to listen the most, just really play guitar. Hey, hope you found this interesting and informative, and stay tuned. And if you like the videos, please thumbs up and subscribe. And next one in the style of, well, we'll see who I will cover next time. Take care, be kind to each other,